What is meant by hypothesis testing? First, what is meant by hypothesis testing means nothing but to check whether a statement on a population parameter is true or false is called as hypothesis testing. So there will be a value of some value related to population parameter. The value related to population parameter and with respect to a statement related to value of a population parameter. Statement related to value of a parameter means nothing but statement is nothing but mean of feedback. Whatever the mean of feedback is there, it is greater than 4.5. Means mu is greater than 4.5. This whether it is a true or false, whether to be accepted or rejected. So this we are going to do based on the sample data. So just we are going to check based on the sample data and we are going to predict the population parameter whether it is a true or false, right? Sir, in yesterday's class I didn't understand the tail test. Yes, today we are going to discuss. Yesterday I have not told about the tail test. So today we are going to discuss about the left tail, right tail and two tail test. Everything we are going to discuss in detail today. In the yesterday's class, just you have to remember only how to formulate the null and alternate hypothesis. That's it. Okay. Now I have explained with multiple examples how to formulate the null and alternate hypothesis, out of which this is one of the example where we are having a service goal of 8 minutes or less is being achieved or not. The company wants to get with respect to the service goal of 8 minutes. Now the mu is less than or equal to 8 minutes is null hypothesis. Means no action to be taken on this one if it is getting achieved. If it is not achieved, means you have to take the action, right? So just for which one you have to take no action, that will be in the null hypothesis. For which one you have to take action, that should be on the alternate hypothesis. Now, let me explain with you one example called as confusion matrix. The name is called as confusion matrix and many of them will get confused. That is the reason they have kept the name as confusion matrix. But you don't get confused. Now, the thing is that, let me explain with a simple example. Okay. Where null hypothesis says that the person is no COVID, not having any kind of COVID. There is no COVID for the person. And alternate hypothesis says that there is a COVID. Okay, no COVID and with respect to COVID. This is the null and alternate hypothesis which we are having. So let me write like this. Null hypothesis is with respect to no COVID. No COVID means no action to be taken. The person is having with COVID means you have to take the action. Okay, same example I have explained in the last class. Now, what I am going to do is one side I am going to take actual and one side I am going to take the predict. Choice is yours. Any side you can select. Okay, so now I am selecting one side of actual and one side is predict. Now, actually the person is having COVID. Actually, the person is having no COVID and COVID. What are the two options are there? These two you write here. On this side also you write the two. Whatever the two are there, that one also you write on this side, left side also. That is no COVID and COVID. Now, actually the person is having no COVID. Actual means this one. Actually the person is no COVID and you have predicted. Predicted means nothing but estimated, concluded. Finally, after applying the hypothesis test, you have concluded like this. What is the conclusion you have done is the person is also not having COVID. Means you have done a correct thing. Actually, the person is having the COVID. But you have concluded the person is having no COVID. Means we have done a wrong thing. Which is a wrong. Now, actually the person is no COVID. But you have predicted the person is COVID. This is also wrong. This one is actually the person is COVID and you have also predicted COVID, which is correct. These two of them are wrong and these two are correct. This is called as confusion matrix. Okay, just you have to write on one side actual side, one side concluded side. Choice is yours. You can take this one also that side, that one also this side. Choice is yours. There is no problem. Just now tell me what is this particular cell belongs to? What is actual? What is actual? Actual is no COVID. Is actual. What you have predicted? predicted as no COVID. Predicted also no COVID. Done. Now, what is actual? Actual is COVID. The person is having COVID. What you have predicted? What is this one? This cell belongs to actual. Every time write the first one actual followed by predicted. Actual was no COVID. Predicted is you have predicted COVID. Now actual is COVID and you have predicted also COVID. Right? Now predicted means nothing but concluded. Based on the hypothesis test, whatever the conclusion you are doing, that conclusion is called as prediction. Conclusion and prediction both are same. And in the last class, I have not uploaded the notes, and today I'm going to upload both the things. Okay, entire notes is in one PPT only, and I'm going to upload now. Once the class is completed, immediately I will upload. Now, here, whatever this one is there, this was done with a correct prediction. This is a correct because actual was a no COVID. This one also no COVID, correct. COVID and no COVID opposite, so wrong. And no COVID, COVID opposite, wrong. And this is correct, right? Now, here, if you are predicted with respect to no COVID, what is the meaning of predicted no COVID? What is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of predicted no COVID? Means in case of you are accepting the null hypothesis. You are accepting null hypothesis. Right? That is the meaning on it. Predicted no COVID means you are accepting this one. Whatever you have predicted, you are accepting that one. Predicted no COVID means again you are accepting the null hypothesis. You are predicting as COVID means you are accepting the alternate hypothesis. This one also accepting the alternate hypothesis. Right? Now, accepting alternate hypothesis, I want to say with respect to null hypothesis means rejected null hypothesis. So just everything I'm writing based on the null hypothesis only. Rejected null hypothesis and rejected the null hypothesis. You predicted the person is COVID means you are rejecting this one. You are accepting this one means you have rejected this one. So rejected null hypothesis. Now this is correct. Which was done is called as correct. Correct acceptance of H naught. Incorrect acceptance of H naught. Incorrectly you have accepted H naught. Actually, you should not accept H naught, but you have accepted incorrectly. Wrongly, you have accepted. Incorrect accept of H naught. This one is called as incorrect rejection of H naught. Incorrectly, you have rejected the H naught. This one is correct or incorrect? Correct. Correctly, you have rejected the H naught. Two correct things you have done. Two incorrect things you have done. Incorrectly accepting H naught, incorrectly have rejected the H naught. Incorrectly accepting the H naught is called as alpha, which is also called as type 1 error, which is a mistake only. In that mistakes, to this both are mistakes only. Both are wrong only. For this one, it is called as type 1 error and this is called as type 2 error. This is called as type 2 and this is called as type 1. Okay, both are errors only, both are wrong only. These two only correct, these two are wrong. So out of wrong things, this is called as type 1 error and this is called as type 2 error. In the certification exams, they are going to give you what is meant by type 2 error. And they'll give options A, incorrectly accepting H naught, incorrectly rejecting H naught, correctly accepting H naught, correctly rejecting the H naught. So you have to select incorrectly rejecting the H naught is called as type 2 error. This is one of the 100% guarantee certification question. In interview also they will ask for data analyst role. For data analyst role, 100% guarantee interview question because data analyst work only on the hypothesis test. For them, the statistics is more important. Right? So this is called as type 2 error and this is called as type 1 error. Type 1 error means incorrectly accepting H naught. Actually, you should not accept H naught, but you are accepting that one. Based on whatever the data. For example, the data was given wrong. For example, you have went for testing. Okay, malaria testing you have went. Test report was given wrongly. Then what we have can do? The doctor also will think that based on the report only, he will also conclude, right? If the report itself is wrong, means what the doctor can do. So, based on the data, we'll do the prediction. If the data is incorrect, means automatically our prediction also will be incorrect. So we are going to do sometimes correctly prediction and sometimes wrong predictions also will be done. Now, out of the wrong predictions, now at the end, a good data scientist or a good data analyst, he has to predict these values should be more out of and these values should be less. Comparatively, this value should be less. Now, out of these two, type 1 error is more dangerous or type 2 error is more dangerous? Which one? In this case, for example, actually the person is having COVID, but you have predicted as no COVID. No COVID means now what happens? This person will come outside and he will spread the disease. Now, actually the person is not having COVID, but you have predicted COVID. What happens? He is going to take multivitamin tablets only, na? Some multivitamin tablets, or with respect to some kind of fever is there means he will take that according to that, right? Though you have predicted the person has COVID also, there is no problem. But if you have predicted wrongly that non-COVID person has non-COVID means that is going to be a problem for COVID. COVID case, this is more problem. This is more dangerous. So it is which one is more important means if in the interview they'll ask you which is more important, type 1 error or type 2 error means we can't decide. This will be decided based on the case. In some cases, type 1 error will be more important. In some cases, type 2 error will be more important. Right? Now, for example, the person is not having cancer. The person is not having no cancer, but you have predicted as cancer. The doctor, after doing some examinations and with respect to some scanning, all these things, finally they have decided that person is having some cancer. They have predicted and they have started chemotherapy. But actually the person is not having cancer, which is an incorrect one, right? So now this, there is a hospital, one of the hospital in India. I'm not going to say the hospital name or location. Just it is one of the hospital where in really it was happened. The person is not having the no cancer means they have predicted as a cancer and they have given the cancer treatment and chemotherapy, all these things. And this person, whoever the person has taken the chemotherapy, he has went to the hospital court and he have filed a case against the doctor. And he has got around 50 CR approximately. Okay, he has projected it with respect to that much of strongly he has projected, and based on that he has got. And you can get the story in the Google, directly type in the Google. Incorrectly predicting the cancer patient. Type, you'll get the story, entire story. I can't remember the hospital name, exact hospital name or the address I can't remember. Just you can see that, right? But here, with respect to the wrong predictions, in some cases are more dangerous, right? The type 1 errors and type 2 errors are more dangerous. Now, if you take this same example with respect to this one, a service goal of less than 8 minutes is getting achieved or not. This is the situation where null hypothesis. What is the null hypothesis? Mu is less than or equal to 8. H1 is mu is greater than or equal to 8. Sorry, greater than 8. Now you are having like this. Now, actually, you are take the one side actual and one side predict. Whichever the side. So if you are interested, this side predict means you can go with predict. Let me write this side predict and this side actual. Okay. H0, H1. H0, H1. Okay. Now, what is this cell belongs to? Actual, what is the actual value? Actual one is with respect to H0. H0 means actually it is satisfying the less than 8 minutes. And you have predicted is also this one only. Both of them. Actual is H0. Actual is H0 and predicted also H0. Means correctly, you have done correctly predicted or correctly accepted. You are accepting the H0. You are correctly accepting the H0, right? Now, this cell, whatever the second cell is there, this one, what is the actual value? Actual is H0. Whatever the actual is there, this side, actual is H0. Predicted is H1. You have predicted H1. Now, whatever you have predicted is incorrect. Incorrectly, you are accepting H1. Incorrectly, you are accepting the H1. Whatever you have predicted is accepting. Incorrectly, you are accepting H1 means incorrectly you are rejecting the H0. The same meaning of goes with respect to rejecting of H0. Incorrect rejection of H0. Now this one, actual is with respect to H1 and you have predicted H0. Now what you have done? Incorrect or correct? First you write that one. Correct means correct, incorrect means correct, incorrect. First you write that one. What you have predicted? H0. Means you are accepting the H0. Incorrectly accepting the H0. Write that one. Next, this cell belongs to actual H1 and predicted also H1. Now what you are doing with respect to correctly, you are predicting correctly. H1 you are predicting, means rejecting the H0. Means here in this case, what are the H0? Means the services that they're providing less than 8 minutes only. They're providing less than 8 minutes and you are also predicting less than 8 minutes. Done. It is nice. Actually, they're providing less than 8 minutes, but you have wrongly predicted it is greater than 8 minutes. You have wrongly predicted, you are wrongly rejecting this one and you wrongly predicted that they are providing more than 8 minutes. You have wrongly done. Now, which is incorrect. Now, this one also incorrect. Which one is this one? You are predicting this one. Now, in this case, which is more important? In this case, which is more important? For example, the service goal of less than 8 minutes getting achieved, but you have incorrectly predicted greater than 8 minutes. What happens? They are going to add one more mobile unit or with respect to one more ambulance. They'll add. But whereas actually they are doing more than 8 minutes, but you have predicted less than 8 minutes. Now what they'll not provide the additional services, right? Now this is the problem. This is more important. So care must be taken while predicting this one, right? So situation to situation and based on that. Now once again, the students still will not be satisfied because it is called as confusion matrix. Still confusion will be there because again 2 words will be there. One is called as actual, one is called as predict. One is called as H0, one is called as H1. One is called as correct and one is called as incorrect. Only two words are there, but combinations are there. Reading the same thing, combinations, we are getting confused. But actually 2-1 is there. Now, once again, I will explain with a simple example. Let us go with a simple example. Actually, the person is innocent. Actually, the person is innocent and the person is criminal. Which one is H0 and which one is H1? H0 and this is H1. Okay, completed. Now, judge. This side I am taking actual. This side I am taking predict. Judge says innocent and criminal. Innocent and criminal. Now, actually the person is innocent. He has not done the crime. Judge also has, after going with several investigations, means after listening all the arguments, multiple times he has listened the arguments and all of them, finally has given the judgment. Prediction is nothing but judgment. Whatever the judgment is there, that is prediction. He has judgment, whatever the judgment he has given is, the person is innocent. He has given the judgment as innocent. Actually, the person is innocent and he has also given the innocent. Correctly he has done. Actually, the person is criminal. But judge, based on whatever they have submitted, based on the evidences only, he has to say, though he knows that he is a criminal also, if there is no evidence, means what we can do? He has to say, finally, he is an innocent only. So, based on the evidences, he has concluded or given the judgment, he is an innocent, which is a wrong one. He has given the innocent as a judgment, means he has done a wrong one. Wrong one means incorrect. What incorrectly he has given the judgment? The person is innocent, means incorrectly accepting the H0. Incorrectly he has accepted the H0. Actually, he has to say that he is a criminal, but incorrectly he has given the H0. Whereas actually the person is innocent, but the judge has given the criminal. He is a criminal. Now, incorrectly he is rejecting the H0. Incorrectly he is rejecting the H0. Actually, he has to say that innocent person, but he has given as criminal. And this one is correctly he is predicting the H1. Is that clear now? These both are incorrect and these both are correct. Now, in this case, which one is more important? For example, that criminal is there. Though he has given the judgment also, no problem. but innocent person should not be punished. That is as per the Indian law. Okay. In Indian law, we are having that if 100 criminals, they have not punished also, no problem, but one innocent should not be punished. For that reason only, based on only that reason, maybe they may do incorrectly reject the H naught. For that only, they will take multiple arguments. So some cases will be 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Na? Why? Because they make you wrong judgment. The judge is having whether I make you a wrong judgment. Let us postpone this one to gather the evidences. In between, what they will do is they will gather all the evidences. They will try to gather all the evidences. For each and every argument, they will change with respect to evidences. Instead of predicting wrongly, maybe innocent person was given with a criminal, they may predict. So instead of that, we'll go with some more time. We'll take some more time. Since the judge is having the doubt, he is going to extend the case. Since the judge is having the doubt, so he is going to accept the bail. If his clarity is there, means directly he will give the judgment only. Na? Why he will give the bail? Directly he will say that you are innocent and you go out. Direct. Right? Is that clear? Clear, guys? Confusion matrix is clear. Now, which side you are taking actual and which side you are taking predict is of your choice. Okay, choice is yours. You can write the actual this side and predict this side, or predict this side and actual this side. First, you can write, for example, this one is there. Don't fix every time, oh, this particular corner, this third one is incorrect rejection of H naught. This particular corner is incorrect acceptance of H naught. Don't fix like this. For example, I have written here criminal, here innocent. Now automatically, this person is a criminal, but you are accepting the innocent, means incorrect. Incorrectly, what you are doing? Incorrectly accepting the H naught. Incorrect acceptance of H naught will come into the first position. Don't fix the position. Okay. So in the textbooks, they have fixed the values like this. So you are also fixing by heart. Don't by heart. Just understand the concept. Just both are opposite, means write the word of incorrect. Whatever you have predicted, that you have to write in the next one. Okay. So if you are accepting H0, H1 means write the accept H1. Accept H1 is not also called as reject H0. Both are same. Wherever it is there, incorrect rejection of H0 is called as type 2 error. Incorrect acceptance of H0 is called as type 1. Fix the location wherever it is there. Okay. Is that clear, guys? So here see, H0 is less than, mu is less than or equal to 8 minutes, mu is greater than 8 minutes, and based on which we are having this one. So everything based on the H0 only. Everything I'm saying based on the H0, not based on the H1. Everything based on the H0. So correct decision, incorrectly accepting H0, incorrectly rejecting the H0 is called as type 2 error. Incorrectly accepting the H0 is called as type 1 error for any case. Whatever the case. Which one is important? Type 1 error or type 2 error means it depends upon the case to case. In some cases, type 1 will be good. In some cases, type 1 will be good. In some cases, both are equally important. Positions also will not be fixed. Okay. Now, next one is, now what are the steps involved in the hypothesis testing? What are the various steps involved in the hypothesis test? Means, first you have to develop the null and alternate hypothesis. This is the first step. Second step is check the level of significance in the question. If they have not mentioned, means default value is 0.05. If they have not mentioned. If they have mentioned, means whatever the mention is there, that one you have to select. If they have not mentioned, means 0.05 is the default value. And next you will collect the sample data and calculate the test statistic value, and based on that accept or reject the null hypothesis. If you write the points, I will explain with an examples. Write the points. If you are lazy fellow, take the photo. Non-lazy fellow, write the notes. Choice is yours. For any hypothesis test, we have to do the same. Any kind of hypothesis test. First, I will show you detailedly, mathematically, manually. After that, I will show you in the Python shortcuts. This detailedness will be useful for the certification exams and in the interview. And in real life, while applying, we require the Python shortcuts only. Right? Okay. So now, once again, first step, formulate the null and alternate hypothesis. Second step, specify the level of significance. This will be given in the question. In the real life, given by the whatever the client is there based on client requirement, or if now client has not given anything or none of them has given anything, miss by default the alpha is 0.05 by default. And first you will collect the sample data, get the sample data, and calculate the test statistic. Test statistic means whatever the test you are going to apply, that statistic value you have to do. Miss test statistic means calculated value. You have to calculate that value. And based on this value, you have to calculate the p-value. And based on the p-value, if the p-value is less than or equal to alpha, miss reject the h naught. If the p-value is greater than alpha, miss do not reject the h naught. So in order to remember this one easily, p low null go. P low null go. Low means nothing but p is less than 0.05. Null go. Go means remove. Means reject. The meaning is reject. P low null go means p is less than alpha means reject the null hypothesis. P high null fly. Means if the p value is greater than alpha, accept the h naught. That is the meaning. So easily you can remember this one. P low null go, P high null fly. Okay, for remember purpose and easy purpose only. Don't say in the interview room. Okay. For understanding purpose and easy way. P low null go, P high null fly. Clear? Done? Yeah. Right? Done? So now just let us do the manual calculation. Later we'll see the shortcuts. First we'll do the entire step by step manually. Now question is this one. Let us start with this question. Now you'll understand automatically left tail, right tail, everything you'll understand now. Now first by reading the question, first whatever you have understand, mean response time for a random sample of 30 pizza deliveries. There are 30 pizza deliveries times are there. Delivery 1, delivery 2, delivery 3, like this 30 deliveries. And for 30 deliveries, time is there. Whatever the time taken for the delivery time. For 30 deliveries, 30 delivery times are there. Keep this one side. Now, they only calculated the mean also. They have not given the data. They only calculated directly. The mean is 32 minutes. They have not given the data. In that data, 33 will be there, 34 will be there, 29 will be there, 28 will be there. Overall average is 32. What are the data of 30 pizzas? The average is 32. The population standard deviation is believed to be 10 minutes. Population standard deviation is sigma of 10 minutes. Now, pizza delivery services director wants to perform a hypothesis test. Pizza director wants to do this one with alpha of 0.05. Alpha of 0.05. To check whether a service goal of less than 30 minutes is getting achieved or not. This is the question. Now, first, what is the steps we have to do? What is the first step? First, formulate the H0 and H1. What is the H0? Mu is less than or equal to 30 minutes. No action to be taken. If the mu is greater than 30 minutes, action to be taken. Means whether the service goal, what are the pizza deliveries they are delivering, whether it is getting delivered in 30 minutes or not. If it is getting 30 minutes, means he is happy only. Maybe in 5 minutes only deliver also he is happy. 4 minutes also happy. 29 minutes also happy. 28 minutes also happy. If it is more than 30 only, he will take the action accordingly. Now H1. Okay. Now H0 and H1. First step is completed. What is the second step? Alpha. Now what is the alpha here? 0.05. In the given question itself, they have given. Assume this question was not given. Same alpha. If they have not given also, alpha is equal to 0.05. If they have given means okay, well and good. No means 0.05. Second step also completed. Third step. What is the third step? Compute the test statistic. Now, first we have to decide what type of test has to be applied for this data. So we are having two types of tests. One is called as Z test. One is called as T test. Two tests are there. One is called as Z test. One is called as T test. When we are going to apply the Z test means if population standard deviation is known, that is nothing but sigma is known, then go with the Z test. Second one, if you are having the data records, what are the records are there? If the records are greater than 30 or so, if the records are more than 30 or so, you can go with the Z test. Okay, records means nothing but number of samples. What are the number of samples are there? If it is more than 30, more than or equal to 30 means you can go with the Z test. If population standard deviation is unknown, it is unknown, then means sigma is unknown, then you have to apply the T test only. And data records, if the records, what are the samples, what are the data records are less than 30 also, you have to apply T test only. If the data records are more than 30, at least any one of the condition, any one condition satisfied also okay. For example, sigma is given. In the given question, sigma is given means directly go with the G test. If the sigma was not given, check whether the data is having more than 30 records or not. If at least this condition satisfied also, you can go with the G test. If both the condition phase, here both the conditions phase means, then you have to apply T test only. Mandatory you have to apply T test. Right? Now, let us go with the, in this question, population standard deviation was given or not? Yes or no? Yes. The population standard deviation of 10 minutes. They have given the question. Now, since they have given this one, now we are going to apply the Z test. We are applying the Z test. Now, what is meant by Z test means? You have to calculate the G test statistic value. Z test statistic value, that is nothing but whatever the sample mean is there minus mu divided by sigma by square root of n. This is the Z test statistic. G score is different. X minus mu divided by sigma is Z score. That is different. This is Z test statistic. Test statistic is sample mean. So you are having the sample data with you, right? For that, calculate the sample mean. So what is the sample mean they have given in the question? 32 minutes. That is the sample mean time. Sample mean time is 32 minutes. Minus mu. Mu is for which one you have to do? Population, this one only, null hypothesis you are applying for this one only, whether it is getting achieved in 30 minutes or not. So 30 is this one. Population standard deviation is 10 divided by square root of total number of pizza deliveries are 30. And calculate the Z test statistic value. Is that clear? Sir, in this question, the standard deviation was given and we are going to calculate like this. Assume that in the same question, standard deviation was not given. Population standard deviation was not given in the given question. Now, sample data is there, right? For the sample data, sample mean you are going to calculate. Mu will be 30 only, same. Whatever you are going to do the hypothesis test, that value only you have to keep here. Divide by S by square root of n. That is sample standard deviation. For sample data, sample standard deviation will be there, right? That you have to apply. Population standard deviation is there, miss, well and good. If the population standard deviation is not there, miss, sample standard deviation will go. That is called as T test statistic. This is called as T test statistic. That is the difference between both of them. Is that clear? Now, in my case, I'm going to apply the Z test. So see here, first, what are the given data is there? Sample mean is 32 minutes. Sample size is 30. N is 30. Alpha is equal to 0.05 and population mean for which I have to do the inferential statistics is 30. For 30 minutes I have to do. Now first I am going to formulate the null and alternate hypothesis, alpha value, and I am going to calculate the Z test statistic value. And 32 minus 30 divided by 10 by square root of 30 and I have got 1.09. Now whatever the Z test value you have got, go and open the Z table. Open the Z table. In the Z table, just open the Z table. That is ztable.net. Okay, just open the Z table. Within the Z table, now for 1.09, what is the answer? Just you have to check. For 1.09, this is the one. That is 0.86214. Now, you are going to work on the left side or right side? Now, when you are going to reject the null hypothesis, when you will reject the null hypothesis, in the given question, when you are going to reject the null hypothesis, if it is greater than 30, means right side is the rejection. If it is greater than 30, you are rejecting. If it is less than 30, 4 is there, only 4 only. In 4 minutes they are delivering, you will reject her. For 1 you will reject her. For 1.5 minutes you will reject her. For 2 minutes you will reject her. 2.5 minutes you will reject her. None of them you are going to reject. If it is crossing more than 30 only, you are going to reject. So right side is the rejection. When you are going to reject? When it is greater than 30. When it is greater than 30, you are going to reject. Means greater than symbol is there, means it is a right tail test. Right side rejection will be there. Now, so you want the right side area. In order to calculate the right side area, how to calculate from the Z table right side area? 1 minus. Exactly. That same thing I'm going to apply. 1 minus 0.86214. Whatever it is there, just I'm going to apply and I will get the 0.137. Now, what are the p value I have got? This p value, what is the fourth step? What is the fourth step? Third step is compute the test statistic. 1.09 completed. What is the first step? Compute the p value. Based on the test statistic, go and calculate the p value. If it is a left tail test, miss, for example, left side area you only want, miss, directly you can select that area. Right side area, whenever you want the right side area, 1 minus you have to do. Is that clear? You have to do with 1 minus because right side area you want, na? Already I have explained in the descriptive statistics how to calculate the right side area. Total area is 1. In that, it is going to show always left side area, but I want the right side area. So right side area is 1 minus of. Once you do the 1 minus of, now you will get the p value. What is the fifth step? Based on the p value, you are going to accept or reject the null hypothesis. See? Based on the p value, compute the p value. I have computed it as 0.137. And based on the p value, since p value is greater than alpha, we are not going to reject the null hypothesis. Do not reject the null hypothesis. Clear? Done? Any questions? Guys, how many of you are having questions or how many of them have not understand? Raise your hands. Just here, in this case, it has given me the entire data directly. It only has given me the directly that generally in the real life, we'll get the data. We will get the data. But here, they only has given the sample mean. Instead of giving the data, they'll have given directly the sample mean only. Means in the certification exams, they'll give this type of questions. This question is in the certification. But in real life, we are going to get sample data like this. For example, I'm having total delivery time. Assume that I'm writing randomly. I will write randomly, my choice. 19, 24, 36, 40, 14, 19, 20, 25, 32. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 27. Only 10 deliveries. 10 deliveries only are there and this is the data. Now I want to check whether These deliveries, whatever the deliveries are there, it is getting delivered within the time of less than 30 minutes or not. What do you have to do? First, null and alternate hypothesis. For which one I want to check? It is less than 30 minutes or not. Null and alternate hypothesis. This is the step number 1. Step number 2. Alpha is equal to 0.05. This is step number 2. Step number 3. Now, standard deviation I am not going to give. I only don't know. I have not given you the standard deviation. Population standard deviation, I don't know. Now, what you are going to do? T-test or Z-test? T-test. Because here it is not neither greater than 30. It is not with respect to population standard deviation. Both of them are not available. So, you are going to select that T-test. So, T-test statistic you are going to apply, which is X bar minus mu divided by sigma by square root of n. For this X bar, you are having sample data. Can you calculate X bar? You know how to calculate mean. You are going to calculate the mean. You know how to calculate the standard deviation? You will apply the standard deviation. Whatever the mean is there, you will calculate the mean. You will calculate the standard deviation. Sample, not population, sample. So yes, divide by square root of, how many samples are there? 10. With what you want to compare? 30. Just for this sample mean, you calculate the X bar. For the sample data, you calculate the sample standard deviation. Can you calculate? Once you have calculated, you will get the value. Some value. T-test statistic value you will get. Now, after calculating this T-test statistic, now based on this, now you are going to open the T-table. Similar kind of Z-table, T-table also available. Open the T-table. Within the T-table, whatever the value you are having here, just go and check what is the probability. And when you are checking the probability, you have to check whether it is a area you want right side area or left side area. Right here in this case, right side area, because more than 30 only I am going to reject. If it is more than 30, this is the rejection area. If it is less than 30 means I am not going to reject. So whenever you want the right side area, you have to do 1 minus the probability of left side area. And whatever the p value you are going to get, this value you are going to compare with the alpha. If the p is less than alpha, reject the null hypothesis. If it is greater than alpha, accept the null hypothesis. That's it. Can you do now? This is the sample data. Do the sample mean, do the sample standard deviation. Do entire problem. Open the T-table and you only tell me the answer. Completed. In the question, what happened in the given question is, in the given question, the 30 samples, they have not given the data for us. They only calculated the sample mean and they only told that it is 32. And we are substituting the 32 here. That is the only difference between that one and this one. Okay. Because in the certification, if they give this type of question in the certification and they have given all the 30 values, means when you will calculate the sample mean, whenever you will calculate the standard deviation. Because in the certifications, we'll have with respect to calculator, whatever the calculator for every value that is x minus mu, you have to do, and whole square you have to do, and again you have to add, means it will take so much of time, right? In certification, what type of questions we'll get means, which will be completed in less than 1 minute. Because 60 questions in 60 minutes they have given means, each question has to be completed in 1 minute only. According to that only, they will give the questions. They will not give the questions which will be done for 10 minutes or 20 minutes. Which can be completed in 10 minutes. For example, 30 questions in 1 hour. 30 questions, 1 hour is the time. So each question is 2 minutes. According to that only, they will give the questions. Which can be solved in 2 minutes only, they will give the questions. Which cannot be solved in 2 minutes, they will not give the questions in the certifications. Clear? It is clear now? Mu is greater than 30 means we no need to take action. So if the mu is greater than 30, take action. If the mu is less than 30, no action. Because their requirement is service goal is 30 minutes. If that is getting achieved, what is the action they will take? No action. Na? If it is not achieved, they will take the action. Yeah, if they have not given means alpha is equal to 0.05. Fix. Why 0.05 only? Because as per the CRISPR methodology, 5% error rate we are going to work. The entire data science or data analytics projects will be worked on the CRISP-DM methodology, where the fixed value of error of 5% they are considering. That is reason number one. Reason number two is normal distributed data plus or minus 2 sigma, 95% of the data. That is reason number two. 95% of the data lies between plus or minus 2 sigma only. So any value out of the 2 sigma, we are considering as an outlier also. Right? Now, this one. This is the next question. Before moving to this question, let me explain the same question using the Python. Whatever the question I have completed just now, I'll explain using the Python. I have shown you how to calculate manually. Manually, I have kept 32 minus 30 divided by square root of 10, and I have calculated 1.09. And for 1.09, I have went to the Z table and I have calculated manually. Everything manually I have done. Now the same thing I'm going to do in the coding. That is within the hypothesis testing. I'm not going to change the question. Same to same question. That is mean response time for a random sample of 30 pizza deliveries is 32 minutes. Same question. And null and alternate hypothesis also same. Alpha is same. Everything is same. Now, first what we are going to do is I'm going to import the numpy. Because I have to apply the square root option. So to take the square root, I'm going to import the numpy. And 32 minus 30 divided by 10 divided by square root of 30, and I'm going to calculate the test statistic value. In the Python, I will calculate the test statistic, that is 1.09. Now, after calculating 1.09, now what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to open the Z table. The Z table also we can get in this only directly by applying the from SciPy import the stats module. Okay. Inside the stats module, stats.norm. Norm is normal distribution dot CDF. CDF means cumulative density function. Cumulative density function means from here to here. This is the entire area. It will give the entire area like this. Density function means nothing but bars only, histogram only, right? The histogram it is going to add. So just cumulative density function of 1.09. What is the answer? 1.09 means it is showing that 0.8621. Whatever is in the table, the same value. If you want, you can see the table also. Where is the table? So in the table for 1.09, 0.86214. Sir, let us try with another value. 1.4. We'll keep 1.4. Let us see in Z table 1.4. What is the answer? For 1.4, 0.91924. So let us check. Same answer. The Z table in real life will not open the Z table. Once you started Python means no need to open the Z table. Then why you have shown the Z table? Why directly you can show the this one only? No sir. Miss in certification they will not give the Python. In certification they will give only the Z table. In real life we will use Python. So that is the reason we are learning both of them. Right? Now here whatever the answer I have got, that is 1.09. 1.09. Now whatever the answer I have got is with respect to the left side area. This is the entire area I have got. This is the area I have got. Left side area I have got. But I don't want the left side because rejection is on the right side. Rejected area is on the right side. So I want to get the right side area. How to get the right side area? Just 1 minus. Do the 1 minus of this and you'll get the right side. Now based on the p value, p high, null fly, do not reject the null hypothesis. Completed using the Python. Manually completed and Python also completed. Same question. Clear guys? Now let us try with another question. Now take this question. Read the question and you tell me what is the null and alternate hypothesis. Formulate the null and alternate hypothesis. Just formulate. Formulate the null and alternate hypothesis, please, for the given question. Of course, many of them have seen the answer, but still. So a machine is producing perfume bottles with a long-term average. Long-term average means population of 150 ml and standard deviation of 2 ml. Population mean of 150 ml, standard deviation of 2 ml. 4 bottles are picked randomly and average volume is found with respect to average of 4 bottles. N is equal to 4, sample size of 4, sample mean is equal to 149 ml. Has the average volume of minimum of 150 ml. Minimum of 150 ml is maintaining or not? The company is maintaining in that bottle 150 ml or not is the question. What is the null and alternate hypothesis? They want to test minimum of 150 is they're maintaining. If minimum of 150 they're maintaining, no action to be taken. They're not maintaining 150 ml miss, you have to take the action. So mu is less than 150 miss, you have to take the action. If the mu is greater than or equal to 150 miss, no action. Minimum of 150 they are maintaining miss, no problem. As a quality inspector, you are going to check these 4 bottles randomly, you have checked. And this is the null and alternate hypothesis for you. Now, when you are going to reject the null hypothesis, if it is less than means this side. If it is less than, you are going to reject. Now, if it is a left tail test or a right tail test, left tail test, right? And you want the area left side area or right side area? Left side area only. So you require left side area, and because it is a left tail test. For right tail test, right side area is required. Now, what we are going to do is just null hypothesis is mu is greater than or equal to 150. Mu is less than 150 is alternate. Alpha is equal to, in the given question, alpha was not given. Oh, test with 95% confidence. 95% confidence means error of 5%. That is 1 minus 0.95, alpha is equal to 0.05. And now whether you have to apply a Z test or T test? Z test only, because standard deviation was given. Population standard deviation was given of 2 ml. Now you are going to apply the same concept and you are going to calculate the that is test statistic. How to calculate the Z test statistic? X bar minus mu divided by sigma by square root of n. Sample mean is 149 and you have to test for 150. Standard deviation is 2 and 4 bottles are picked randomly. And you are going to calculate the Z test statistic value, which is minus 1.0. Assume there is no Python code. There is no Python code. Now, generally, what you have to do after this? You have to go to the Z table. In the Z table, you have to check with respect to minus 1.0. In the certification, they will give from here to here, this box they will give. Inside that, one answer is yours. They will not directly give this one only. If they give directly this one, no need to calculate anything, right? So they will give with a rectangular, they will select with respect to top 4 values, down 4 values. Okay. Don't apply the logics as center value only automatically. Nah? Don't apply the logics. Okay. Just calculate. So after calculating, you get the minus 1.0. For minus 1.0, 0.185 is the area. 0.18566 is the area. And now this area, whatever the area you have got is left side area or right side area? You also want left side only. Then you no need to do 1 minus because this has given the left side area only and you required also left side area only because it is a left tail test. So just you are going to apply stats.norm.minus 1.0, the same. Whatever you have seen in the Z table, the same thing. And based on the P is greater than alpha. So P high, null fly. Means do not reject the null hypothesis. Is that clear? This is with respect to left tail test. One example with left tail, one example with right tail. Okay. Sir, can you explain once again how to select whether it is a left tail or right tail? Simple. Just based on the which one you are going to reject. When you are going to reject, if it is more means right tail. When you reject more, if it is more than that means right tail. If it is less than that means left tail. To be more simplified for you, whatever in the alternate hypothesis, the symbol in the alternate hypothesis, the symbol is less than means left tail test. In the alternate hypothesis, the greater than symbol is there means right tail test. And in the alternate hypothesis, not equal to is there means two tail test. Two sides rejection will be there. That side and this side. Just you have to check in your alternate hypothesis whatever the symbol is there. That is one of the easiest one. Actually, what is the concept means for which one you are rejecting? When you will reject. When you accept this one only, na? When you accept this one only, you will reject the null hypothesis. So when you reject the null hypothesis, when it is less than, you will reject the null hypothesis. When you reject the alternate this one, when it is greater than this one, you will reject the null hypothesis. You are accepting this one means rejecting null hypothesis only, right? Again, I am saying two words getting confused means reject, accept, null, alternate. Only two words are there. So every time fix with one word only. Don't go with different. Either go with alternate or null. Only fix any one. Fix always with null. Only fix null. Say anything based on the null only. Don't say nothing on the, sir, accept the alternate. Don't use the word of alternate. If you want to say accept alternate also, you have to say reject, accept alternate means you have to say reject null hypothesis only. Sir, reject the alternate. If you want to say reject the alternate means also you have to say accept null hypothesis only. Say always with null hypothesis only. Never use with respect to alternate hypothesis. Always go with the null hypothesis. Is that clear? Next one, two-tail test. Now see here. Now in this question, whatever the yesterday I have given the same question, which is stopped and corrected. Corrected means who will do the correction? Company persons will do the correction. Quality inspector, why he will do the correction? He will just check whether it is correct or wrong and he will do according to the penalty. But company people will check the correction. So for them, the whatever the milk packets are there, exactly they should be 500 ml. If it is less, also problem for them. If it is greater than, also problem for them. If it is less means quality inspector will give the penalty. Will impose the penalty. If it is more means the company is going to get the loss. So he requires with respect to exactly, mean should be equal to exactly 500 ml. Mean is not equal to 500 ml. In this given question, what is the level of significance? Alpha is equal to 0.03. What is meant by alpha means nothing but level of significance. What is meant by level of significance means what percent of error you are accepting. That is 0.03 means 3% error you are accepting means 97% you want correctly. You require correctly with 97. You accept the error. Your acceptance of error is 3%. You required with respect to 97% correctly you required. You require correctly 97% means this is the confidence which you require. Confidence of 97% or error of 3%, both are same. If a person says that confidence, I want with a confidence of 95% confidence, you have to tell me means what is the meaning? He is asking to predict with 95% correctly. Means 95% he is asking to predict correctly means 5% he is asking us to incorrectly predict also, right? So error is 5%. That is alpha is equal to 5%. 5% means 5 divided by 100, which is 0.05. Is that clear? As one of the student has asked how you have selected with respect to alpha of, yeah. Now it is clear, Bhagwan. How you have selected alpha value. If 95% confidence means alpha is 5%. 97 confidence means alpha is 3%. 99% confidence you want means alpha is 1%. Is that clear? Done. Now just you are going to calculate that same statistic because in this question also the standard deviation they have given with population standard deviation of 10 ml. So you are going to apply the same thing. Now after calculating the z statistic, now what you are going to do? This same thing you are going to apply with respect to in the, okay, you are going to apply with respect to whatever the right tail test is there, the same right tail test you are going to apply for this one also. That is 1 minus stats of norm.cdf. 1 minus. Why 1 minus? Sir, two tail rejection means that side and this side. If it is less than 500 also problem. If it is greater than 500 also problem. Two side rejection. Na? Two tail rejection means first we are going to calculate the right side area into 2 times. We are going to do the 2 times. Or we can take, for example, 5% error. 5% error means what is the meaning of remaining? 95% confidence. That is acceptance. Acceptance is 95. Rejection is 5%. That to normal distribution is having symmetrical distribution. This side 2.5, this side 2.5. Nothing but this is alpha by 2, this is alpha by 2. Whenever there is a 2 tail, the alpha will be divided by 2 times. So we have to apply with respect to 2 times, and either you can multiply with this one or whatever the value you have got, just you have to check. Whatever the value you have got, this one you have to check with the alpha divided by 2. Now P is less than alpha divided by 2, not with alpha. Because it is a 2 tail, na? Divide by 2. Either you have to check in this way or you have to multiply this one into 2 times. Anything is okay. So generally we'll go with this one. 95% confidence miss, 5% error miss. This is 2.5. This is 2.5%. 95% is the acceptance area. Clear? Now here in this question, what is in this question they have given alpha is equal to 0.03. What is the meaning of alpha is equal to 0.03 means 3%. 3% rejection means 97% confidence you want 3%. That is left side 1.5, this side 1.5. Now your p value should be less than 0.015. Then only you are going to reject. Otherwise you are going to accept. Now what is the p value you have got here? So this is less than 0.015. So p low, null go, reject the null hypothesis. Is that clear, guys? Done? So now if you observe this one, now I will tell you an interesting one. Now if you observe this one, here we have selected the sample data, and based on the sample data we have calculated the 32. Based on this directly you can confirm it is whether greater than 30 or less than 30. Directly you can say based on this only. Na? Why to do hypothesis test? Why you have to do the hypothesis test? Based on the whatever the data is there. For example, sample mean, 30 pizza deliveries, whether the service goal of 30 minutes is getting achieved or not. And you have selected the data. You have taken the data and you have calculated the mean is equal to 32. Directly you can confirm, sir, 32 is greater than 30. So directly you can say, right? But why you are not going to say like that? Because whatever the data you have collected is sample data. 30 pizza deliveries sample. They have delivered 3,000 or 30,000 deliveries they have done. Original data is not with you, right? If the original data itself directly you are having and population mean itself directly can calculate with 32 means no need of doing the hypothesis test also. Simply you can confirm that, okay, company is not maintaining 32. Since you are not having the population data with you, you are working on the sample data. Now, if I ask you an interesting question here. So here, if you observe this one, if I am taking 32 minutes, for 32 minutes, we are not rejecting the null hypothesis. So the sample mean is 32. Actually, population mean whether it is getting 30 or not also we are checking. And since 32 we have got also, we have not rejected. Now for which value we are going to reject? 32 we are not rejecting. 33, 34, 35, 36, somewhere we are going to reject. Na? After 35 we will reject somewhere. How you have selected that number? You know, that is working on the confidence interval. Do you remember the confidence interval? What is the confidence interval concept? Mu is equal to interval of x bar minus sigma by square root of n to x bar plus sigma by square root of n. This is the interval, right? Now, if you want 95% confidence, what you have to do? X bar minus z of 0.95. This one 0.95. Now, Here, x bar is 32. 32 minus z of 0.95 is 1.65 into sample standard deviation. What is the sample standard deviation in the given question? 10 minutes. 10 divided by square root of 30. X bar, that is 32 minus or plus 1.65 into 10 divided by square root of 30. Calculate the value. If the value is less than this also, it is going to be rejected. If the value is greater than that also, it is going to be rejected. In between, it will accept. If you want, I will do the calculation. That is first root 30. What is the square root of 30? 30 square root. It is 5.477. 10 divided by 5.477. 1.825 into 1.65, which is 3.012. Means 32 minus 3.012. 32 plus 3.012. So right side rejection, na? Right side when you are going to reject means when it is going to cross more than 35. When it is crossing 35, you are going to reject. So in the given question, we are having up to 32 minutes only, right? For instead of 32 minutes, let me write 35. 35 or 36. Let us calculate. Automatically, this will be rejected. This, whatever the value you have got here. Right? P is less than alpha. P low, null, go. Reject the null hypothesis. If it is 36 means rejecting the null hypothesis. If it is 35, rejecting the null hypothesis. If it is 34, you will not reject the null hypothesis. It will be accepted. So when you are going to accept, when you are going to reject means based on the just confidence interval. The same concept will be applied here. Both are interlinked. Either you can go by based on that one only, based on this one only. Anything. Is that clear, guys? That's it. Now you can ask your questions. So today we have done with respect to one sample. So such z-test you have shown multiple examples. 3 examples you have shown with z-test. What about t-test? That we are going to see in tomorrow's class. And here if you observe, I have done with respect to like this now. Tomorrow we are going to start the multiple tests. In that one of them is one sample z-test, which we have completed now. Tomorrow we are going to say one sample t-test. Tomorrow we are going to see this one. 2 samples. 2 samples means 2 things will be there. 2 columns will be there. Till now we have worked only on 1 column and in that values only we have taken. Tomorrow we are going to take 2 columns. Means whether the pizzas with respect to pizza delivery is best. I mean, what are the pizza companies are there? Domino's, Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut and Domino's. Whether they both are same or not. Delivery time with respect to. That is called as 2 samples. We are going to apply the 2 sample t-test. Next, ANOVA test. ANOVA test means more than 2 samples. If you are having more than 2 samples, we are going to apply the ANOVA test. And we are going to take these all of them are applied on the continuous data. For discrete data also, we are having the tests. All the remaining tests we are going to see in tomorrow's class. So today's class, I have explained very detailedly with respect to the calculation. Tomorrow's class, import, fit. Import, fit. You will get directly the p-value. You don't need to do anything. See the p-value, conclude. You don't need to do anything. Import, fit. Just you have to say which test, z-test or t-tester. That's it. Z-test means import the g-test and fit the data. It will only give the p-value. It will only apply everything. It will only do just based on the p-value, accept or reject. You don't need to do anything. Automatically, it will not do everything. Right? But what is the backend code means? This is the backend. Next, one more question was asked by one more student is with respect to, can you explain the p high null fly and p low null go? What are the p value? What are the p value you are going to get? If the p value is less than alpha. So for example, this is there. and you want to reject this one. This p value, if the p value is less than this one, means you are going to reject. If it is falling in the rejection region, means you are going to reject. If it is falling in the acceptance region, means you are going to accept. This is called as rejection area. This is called as acceptance area. P is less than or equal to alpha means reject. Which one? Null hypothesis. P is greater than alpha means accept. Null hypothesis. So P is less than alpha, reject null hypothesis. Shortcut is P less than alpha, low. P less than alpha, low. I am writing. Reject null hypothesis, I am writing as shortcut as null go. P low meaning is this one. Null go meaning is this one. Similarly, P high. What is the meaning of P high means this one. Null fly. What is the meaning of null fly means the meaning of null fly is this one. Accept the null hypothesis. Is that clear? Any questions, guys? Sorry? Yes. No. Is that clear, guys? Now, once it is done, so today and yesterday's class, whatever we have done is manual calculation. So you may think that so much of maths and stats is there again. What is this? If you think miss, don't worry. Tomorrow, only pure Python code will be there. No maths will be there. Import, fit the data, see the p-value, accept or reject. Okay, today's class is purely for the certifications, not with real life. In today's class, whatever the examples we have discussed in today's class, whatever we have done with respect to the manual calculations, everything is with respect to the certification. In the certification, they are going to ask this type of questions.